Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and I appreciate you being at the channel today. And for you folks that have not yet done so, please hit that subscribe button below. I appreciate it. And then if you enjoy the content that I provide, please hit that like button as well. Now, our topic for you today is what are the 7 steps of the gym sales process? What are the 7 steps of this? Let's talk about this. I want to give you a roadmap. For you folks that are just kind of winging it, you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants, so to speak, I want to give you a roadmap of something that you can do and you can start to do immediately that'll have an impact for you. So number 1 is prospecting. We have to prospect every single day. Every single day, we need to be following up on existing leads, and we need to be adding new leads to our pipeline. This is one of the bigger mistakes that's made, actually, because sometimes we can get into a pretty good roll when it comes to maybe making sales, and then all of a sudden now we're into a slump. And the reason we get in that slump is we didn't take the time to make sure our pipeline was full. So make sure that we're filling our pipeline, make sure we're prospecting, make sure we're bringing in new leads, make sure this is happening every single day. Number 2 is the preparation of this. Okay, so now we've done our prospecting and we've made some appointments, we've got some customers coming in. Prepare for this. When you talk to them, were you able to find out their goals? Were you able to find out how long they've thought about this? Do you know why those goals are important? Did you go check their social media page, to kind of see what they're up to, kind of give you some rapport building ideas? So, prepare, for each person, that comes in. So the preparation part of it. Number 3 is the approach. And the approach, this is, when they come in and now we need to build value. We need to show them how we can solve that problem, and we need to provide solutions for them. And this is going to be, the greeting, the evaluation, which is, the needs analysis, where we, understand goals, understand why it's important. This is where we give the tours about, features and the benefits of those features and how all that's going to tie into the powerful why for the customer. And then the analysis part, in other words, whether we're going to weigh them in, we're going to measure them. They might demo some equipment. There's a variety of things we can do here, but that's all the approach. That's the approach. That approach is where you sell. That approach is where you solve problems. That approach is where you provide solutions. And then number 4 is the actual presentation. Okay, this is the price presentation. The thing that I would mention here, okay, is when you get to that price presentation, now the selling's done. The approach is over. The price presentation is not the approach. This is where you're actually going to ask for that sale. Okay. And then number 5 is it's handling objections. You're going to get objections. You're going to get pushback. And the interesting thing, I'll kind of divert here for a bit on this. When I get into some sales training classes and we ask folks what's working, what's not working, and people, they raise their hand. Well, hey, I've got something that's not working. I'm getting all these objections. And they've defined that as not working. See, I don't define that as not working. To me, that's what's working. Because if you weren't getting the objections, your club wouldn't need you. Okay? And if you weren't getting those objections, your customer wouldn't need you. Because in most cases, they've been thinking about this for a year or 2 years or 3 years or all their life, and they want to lose 10, 15, 20 pounds. They need you to coach them up. Your employer, your club owner needs you to help coach these folks up. So don't look as getting objections as a bad thing. Okay? But on the objections, the thing I want to share with you, for this anyway, is learn just to simply be agreeable. Okay? Don't try to overcome these from a standpoint of being disagreeable. Mary tells you, wow, it all sounds great, but I had no idea it cost that much. Mary, I understand. Seems like everything costs more money these days. Okay? Doesn't mean you're getting off course. Doesn't mean you're laying down for them. It just, hey, I understand. I get it. Okay? A lot of things are expensive. Okay? You should have seen my utility bill last month. Okay? Everything is expensive. So learn to be agreeable. Number 6 on our 7 steps is the closing. Okay? We have to ask for the sale. Okay, we have to ask for the sale. And one of the big mistakes here when it comes to closing, don't find yourself going back to selling. Don't be going back to that approach. Okay, don't be going back to that closing. It's asking for the sale. Mary, can we go ahead and get you started? And as a lot of you have heard me say in the past, if you ever get stuck here on the closing, just simply say, Mary, let's get you started. Okay? Or, Mary, of these two programs, which one's going to suit your needs the best? When you do that, by the way, you have to be quiet and let them answer. Okay? Don't answer for them. Don't overtalk it. Let them answer at that point. Silence is going to be your friend at that point. And then if you want to tie this in to kind of being agreeable, customer says, well, hey, I had no idea it cost that much money. There's the objection. But our job is to ask for the sale, right? That's our job, not to go back to selling. And so customer says, well, I had no idea it cost that much. Mary, I understand. It seems like everything costs more money these days. Just be agreeable. So Mary, what do you say? Can we go ahead and get you started today? Because quite simply, that's what your job is at that point. Okay, just nice and friendly. Ask them. Ask them to buy. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. And then finally, follow up. In the fitness industry, follow-up is either a gigantic problem or it's a gigantic opportunity. And so certainly if the customer doesn't join, we want to follow up. And if they don't join when they first come in, it could take you as many as 12 follow-up attempts to maybe get them back, okay? Because we're trying to nurture these folks. We're trying to maintain interest and desire. But I'll say this for you folks that do miss the sale, it'll happen, right? Proper follow-up can result in as much as 20% of your sales volume. You can just add on to it. So whatever you're doing, good follow-up will get you another 20%. So think about that. It's important. But the other thing I would mention, if they buy, think about the lifetime value of your customer. Don't just let your customer go. Okay, now they're gone on to something else. Maybe you can add a spouse on. Maybe they'll bring a friend in. Maybe they'll buy some personal training. Maybe they'll pay to participate in a certain event. Maybe they'll buy some retail. There's a lot of things that this customer can do. You keep following up to really maximize your sales potential. Whether they buy or not, there's value in follow-up on both ways. So those are the 7 steps. Take a look at them, see where you're at. And this is meant for you folks that are kind of just, not sure what direction to go. Hopefully this can give you, some of that direction. So folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here. Please hit that like button below. Hope you all have a great day.